Hey everyone, it's me Hallease, endeavoring to persevere as always. If you're new here, I make weekly videos about my chaotic good life, so consider subscribing. Today I am coming at you from the dog park with the ever furry, ever poopy Dakota. We are out here for the morning, letting her run around and, get some moves in before we start our day. So for all of 2018, my husband and I were displaced from our home and living in my childhood bedroom at my parents' house. Now, as we're figuring out the final stages of this whole home buying fiasco, we currently rent an apartment in downtown San Antonio that is around 600 or 700 square feet, and we love it. Poochie, are you ready to play? The first thing I really love about this new space is the location. We are right in the heart of downtown San Antonio, so Mr. Hallease and I can finally experience the city in a way that we've always wanted to, and walk everywhere. Anyway, I wouldn't necessarily say that we're minimalists, but we are trying to do more with less. So here is a tour of the apartment and some of the pieces we have that have helped us downsize. And my dog, Dakota. Can you not? Dakota Quackers may need to be retired because, yeah. So this is like 80% of it. This is 80% of the apartment. Living, kitchen, dining. Here we go. Let's do it. The biggest thing I love about this space is how much we have simplified the kitchen. It's the right combination, I feel like, of aesthetic meets function for us. One of the extra purchases we did make moving here though was this sort of flex table that's to my right. I don't do much of the cooking, Mr. Hallease does the bulk of it. I know how to, it brings him more joy, so I just let him do it, you know what I'm saying? But the table also acts as additional storage. Since it's made out of metal, we purchased these little magnetic hooks that can hold up to 25 pounds each, and we have them hooked all along the bottom of the table to hold the different pots and pans, so that way it gets them out of the cupboard and onto a space where they can be easily reached. We also have the hooks holding to the sides of the table as well for a few extra utensil items and whatnot that you're gonna need at the oven. So I really love that we invested in that table. I actually wish we had bought the bigger one. But Mr. Hull, because I don't know why, but when I first saw this place empty, I was like, I don't know if the bigger one's gonna fit in here. And he was like, it will. And I was like, I don't believe you. And so we bought the little one, and then we got here and I was like, dang it, we should have got the next size up. You were right. The other thing too is, again, we simplified a lot of our appliances, which I'm really happy about. Now we only have the Keurig, which we really love because we use it I use it almost every day for tea and coffee. The other big appliance that we use a lot, Mr. Hallease is in love with this thing, is the Instant Pot, and I feel like everyone knows what Instant Pots are. I don't need to explain them, but they're basically like everything you could ever need in an appliance in one. And so he's completely obsessed with his, and that got rid of a lot of appliances for us too. We have my standing mixer. As y'all know from my sans gluten days, I was really on my gluten-free baking grind. Especially now that we have our own space again, I will hopefully get back into gluten-free cooking and baking for y'all from time to time. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more sans gluten stuff. The other pride and joy I have is our kitchen table. So I'm literally gonna turn the camera around. Hello. So if you watch the Beastcast, you'll know that this is where we actually usually shoot it. This kitchen table is actually from IKEA, and it's a really cool table because it folds down. So, the table can literally fold down if you want it to, creating just a standing spot. The other thing that's really cool about this table too is that it also has storage on either side. So we have our dishware or we have our silverware in one side and then placemats and other things that you probably need at the table area in the other side. The other thing that's cool about this is that, so this side folds up, and we usually keep this side folded up to have dinner with each other because it's usually just the two of us. But if we want to have more people, then the other side folds up too and can seat 4 people comfortably. I think it can seat 6, but you might be pushing it a bit. The chairs we use, you know, are basically these simple foldable picnic style chairs from IKEA as well. The table's IKEA, this is IKEA, along with these extra cushions on them as well. We usually leave them all folded. Also, when I'm working from home, I work here at the table. I just set up my run and gun setup, which y'all have seen in a previous video. I'll link to all of that gear if you want to have a mobile setup for your computer. And yeah, I just work from this table as well. Yeah, so living area. Here we are in the living room now. As you saw, we were in the dining and now we're in the living. This couch is also from IKEA, and this is the original couch from where we used to live before. We got rid of our other couch, so we just have one now. The TV did make it here after all, along with a few movies and the Xbox as well. You know, technology, you gotta have it, right? One thing that I really love about our couch is these pillows. My mother actually made them for me, had them made for me 2 Christmases ago, and I love them. I just think they're such a fun accent to the couch, and they just fit with the overall aesthetic. If you haven't noticed as well, all throughout the apartment, I have a lot of old cameras everywhere because they were all owned by my grandfather, my mother's father. And after he passed away, she gave them all to me. And they're one of the few sort of decorative items that I have around. The cameras are a big, you're just like bombarding this video. So yeah, the cameras are a big part of just my identity and what I do, you know, being a video producer and digital storyteller and whatnot. Excuse you. Shall we show them the bedroom? Shall we show them the bedroom? So, as I said, I was just sitting over there. Bedroom. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, if you're a Patreon producer, then you probably already know this setup pretty well. This is how I usually shoot myself to check in with y'all during the Monday motivations that are exclusive to the Patreon producer folks. If you're interested in that, that's where every Monday I put out a quick informal video talking about my to-do list and everything I'm trying to do as a digital storyteller and what do they call us? Creative entrepreneur. That's where you can ask a lot more specific questions about what I do and how I do it. So if you're interested in that, check it out, patreon.com/Hallease. They come out every Monday. But yeah, this is the bedroom. It's very simple. It's a bedroom. There's a bed. We each have 2 nightstands, which are also from IKEA, as well as we used to have 2 large dressers. So we have the one dresser now that we still use, that we share, because we actually got rid of a lot of our clothes. We got rid of so much clothing, which was really cool. We're in the bathroom, if you weren't keeping up with me. We're in the bathroom, but something that's really interesting and cool about this complex is that the bathroom is combined with the closet and like the laundry area. So it's all just one big space and the door is right there. I really like this bathroom because we have a nice large counter space, which is cool. Even though there's only one sink, we finally have like the space to put just stuff, you know? Something I am still working on is the amount of products I do have. Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that's under the sink is just excess products. You know, you want to try something new, this, that, and third, blah, and you just end up accumulating things that you don't really need. So what I'm focusing on for the first half of 2019 is just getting through the products. Right now, I mean, the closet's pretty well organized. And again, y'all don't know how much clothes we had before. We really downsized in regards to how much clothing and attire we have. We keep our linens in just one of the travel boxes that we had before. We just keep all the linens in there when we need them. And then also we have just like a few boxes and like luggage that we just keep, you know, for when we're traveling and things like that. We have stuff to use. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole apartment. Again, I hesitate to call us minimalist because while we are trying to do more with less and definitely downsize and not have too much, I don't know, I don't feel like we're terribly extreme in that regard, or I wonder if like there's an ideology thing that we maybe aren't necessarily hitting. Let us know in the comments below. And also there's still areas of the apartment that I'm like, we could get rid of more stuff there. For example, to my left, camera right, is a bookshelf situation that I'm still trying to work through, you know, like there's things in this shelf that we definitely need, but then there's also knickknacks there that I'm just kind of like, ugh. And then it's also the way it's organized is a little bit of an eyesore, but at the end of the day, it was one of those things where it's just, I just needed a space to put some stuff, you know, so we brought it. And then like I said, the closet is a bit of an area that I'm still kind of like, there's room for improvement there for sure. But for now, it's getting the job done. So yeah, in the comments below, let me know, how are you doing more with less? And would you consider yourself a minimalist? Would you label yourself with that term, you know? If you're new here, consider subscribing. I make videos every week about my chaotic good life. I'm Hallease. I'll see you when I see you.